This is Slide Up Road, just northeast of Bokchito. It's paved now, but I'm told it got its name because it used to get so muddy out here, and people on their horses and in their buggies would come out to the church and school. At the end of the road, you could always hear somebody hollering, "Slide up and hitch." When I was growing up, there was actually a one-lane rickety bridge that ran through right where that electric pole is now. They put in a new one a while back, but my granny used to take me, sometimes my cousin, up under the old rickety bridge after we'd go cut cane poles and we'd fish and have a little picnic, and she would let me swim in Big Creek. This was always my favorite part of the drive out here, even when I was little. The trees just reach over the road, kind of like a canopy. When I was born, we lived up on this hill, just off Slide Up Road, in a house my dad had built. It burned before I got too old, probably when I was about 3 or 4. But it had I remember a spiral staircase in there. When I built my house 5 years ago, my dad made me a spiral staircase just like it. But after our house burned, we set up a trailer house like is actually up here right now until we moved on the other side of Bokchito. But when we lived out here, my great aunt lived just right across the road. I got in trouble one time for sneaking over there and getting jelly beans and not telling anybody where I was going. But my great granny lived just around the corner to the left. My granny's house had actually still been there until about 2 years ago when it caught fire and burned. When I was probably 3 years old, I got a battery-powered cop motorcycle, a motorcycle as Papa calls it, but I remember riding all the way down from this hill to that corner to go see my granny. There used to be blackberry vines all around that corner. She would stand out there and pick them. I about scared her to death one day coming up on her. I thought she had seen me. I watched her the whole way. Yeah, my granny took us down to the creek to fish when we had a family pond probably 200 yards from her house. I didn't think about it at the time, but my mama and papa had already gotten divorced, and seen as how mama kept the house that used to be on the other side of the pond, and Granny gave birth to my papa. They didn't get along very well. I wasn't aware of all of that mess when I was little, so I guess they did a pretty good job. We actually came out here and fished a lot when I was a kid, and I really did not care, still do not care much for fishing, which is pretty rare for people around here, but it was more about spending time with family. This is what's now Reynolds Chapel Church. It looked nothing like this when we all went here. This is what used to be the church and the school. Actually, around that corner there, going north, was Choctaw's Armstrong Academy. The road just north of here is actually Armstrong Academy Road. Now, right across the street, it's a road, is the Texoma Mud Park.